So welcome, ladies and gents. For those that don't know, Elizabeth Banks did the Charlie's Angels reboot, which she, it was a veritable flop. It's something which has now plagued her career and essentially caused her to not get gigs. Now, interestingly enough, she does have a film coming out in a matter of weeks, which I'm very interested in, which is Cocaine Bear. I think it looks absolutely hilarious. It doesn't look like a good film. It looks like an entertaining film. And on that merit, I cannot wait to see it. However, Elizabeth Banks has come out and said that she essentially got blueballed by Marvel. She was interested in directing Thor Ragnarok, but they just never called her back, which is hilarious. Now, this is an interview with Variety. She is the cover story. And there's some interesting tidbits in here. It also actually goes to show that she is reasonably self-aware, because at one point in this interview, she says how, Marvel didn't call her back, and then says, crap, you're going to clickbait me with this, aren't you? And then, of course, yeah, she got clickbaited. So she is reasonably self-aware, although, Charlie's Angels was a ridiculously dumb decision to go and make. But let's check this out, right? And if you're new here, please do hit subscribe, because that would be fantastic. So, of course, she's got Cocaine Bear coming out, which, she's very happy to do that. She seems really keen on it. It's a wildly violent action comedy. It does look great. It genuinely looks hilarious. And she did that to further develop her original voice as a filmmaker. I can't do someone else's vision, she stated to Variety. I really want to bring my sensibility to things. It's for that reason, love. But generally speaking, the phone stopped ringing. For that reason, Banks says that she's never been super eager to dive into big established franchises like the MCU. The last big franchise movie she was really interested in directing, she says, was Thor Ragnarok. And she even went for it. So she said, and nothing ever happened. A call was made about the possibilities of Banks pitching her take on Thor Ragnarok to Marvel, but no one called me back. Taika Waititi got the job, rightfully so. I love that. I think that's absolutely hilarious. So she pitches herself to Marvel after the huge flop of Charlie's Angels. Oh dear. Oh no, maybe was that after that, or was that before? Maybe that was before. Goodness me, I can't remember when that was actually. Well, anyway, still hilarious nonetheless. Marvel Studios often fields pitches from several filmmakers to find the right fit to direct their movies. To date, 4 women have helmed Marvel Studios films. Anna Boden, which was 2019's Captain Marvel, a name you've never heard of. Chloe Zhao, who did Eternals, a name you may have heard of because that film was terrible. Kate Shortland, bet that's a name that doesn't stick out in your mind either. And Nia DaCosta for The Marvels. Again, a name that probably won't stick out in your mind. So they don't really have female filmmakers on board, which is hilarious considering how they claim to be ultra progressive. But yeah, whatever. Thor Ragnarok, which premiered in 2017, radically changed Marvel's approach. Of course, yeah, we know that. And she says this: I have an attraction to the sensibility. That character being funny and knowing how good Chris is at making fun of himself, that's my vibe. So it's almost like she's trying to rebrand herself as this sort of... excuse me, moving the mic. It's almost like she's trying to rebrand herself as this sort of comedic director. I just like to have fun, yeah. Okay, so we'll stop doing a weird feminist nonsense with Charlie's Angels then. But look, sure. If Cocaine Bear's good, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt moving forwards. Let's put it that way. Because if this is what she's trying to rebrand herself as, and this is, her new go-to, I'm keen for it. I don't care. So while discussing her thoughts on Ragnarok, at one point, Banks suddenly interrupts herself and says, I brought up Thor. She says with a tight smile that also seems like a grimace, you're going to clickbait me in that fucking article now. I never should have said it out loud. Yeah. Well, of course. Why wouldn't anyone? Now, she also has said that, you know, I mean, she worked with James Gunn before, and that was on Slither. And she basically says, you know, she did have a pitch for a Catwoman movie a while ago, but I don't think it'll fit into the mandate right now, but maybe someday. So that was good. That's interesting nonetheless. It's funny. She is trying to rebrand herself after the disaster, ladies and gents, and it is a disaster, that was Charlie's Angels. However, we now have a little bit more information about Cocaine Bear, which is a film, again, I'm really looking forward to. Genuinely looking forward to. So there's some interesting elements here. It says, Cokie the Bear, oh my god, was more than ready for a close-up with Elizabeth Banks for Variety's Cocaine Bear cover. However, no real bears were involved in the creation of these images. So Cokie is a she, of course it's a woman, is a computer-generated handiwork of photographer Art Streiber, and a team of 8 visual effects experts from Weta FX who created the bear for the film. Over the span of 2 weeks, Streiber, and Weta FX VFX supervisor Robin Hollander created a storyline for the photos, from Cokie having her nose powdered to a glamorous red carpet moment. I just think this is funny, so that's why we're talking about it. This is fun to see how they captured the essence of Cokie and instill it into single images. So I guess Cokie is a female bear that they're going to have in the film. We didn't want Cokie to look like a villain. She's not inherently aggressive. Well, it kind of is. Kind of is. Now, interestingly enough, right, although Elizabeth Banks is trying to rebrand herself, because she is genuinely trying to rebrand herself. I mean, these are hilarious images, by the way. Good on you. But because she's trying to rebrand herself, she does make a point of actually suggesting that Cocaine Bear could be a career ender for her. So she's still not entirely certain of this direction that she's going in, which I think is a shame, because I think, like, I really do think this Cocaine Bear, this has much more legs than the feminist nonsense of Charlie's Angels. This is hilarious. Like, give me more of this Elizabeth Banks than the feminist Elizabeth Banks. This is what people want to see. This is relatable. This is funny. So I thought you'd find this interesting. Like, to me, it's interesting anyway. But I'd love to hear any and all of your thoughts down below. There is a little bit more to this as well, which you can kind of sit and watch if you want. It's just on Variety. Nothing. I mean, it's their cover story, so you can just go watch it there. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think this is the best direction for her to go in? What do you think about her not getting a callback? And are you looking forward to Cocaine Bear? Cheers, guys. Take care.